Hey everyone, a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be discussing two questions that are a little bit on the easier side. These will also boost up your confidence and it is quite possible that you will be easily able to solve them. So the reason is that these questions are a little bit good but not very difficult. But after these, we'll be having absolute bangers like the question number 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 will be real difficult. So before we go on to those questions, I would like you to try these questions out, build up your confidence, and then we'll move on to the question number 17 and further ones. So the maximum time allotted for this question would be 6 minutes, and ideally you should try to do it within 2 to 3 minutes. So you can pause the video, give the question a try, then return back to have a look at the solution. So the question is pretty easy. We are going to be using very basic identities like tan A plus tan B is equal to sine of A plus B upon cos B. Sine square A minus sine square B is equal to sine of A plus B into sine of A minus B. Sine to theta we should know in terms of tan theta. Expansion formulas of sine of A plus B and cos of A minus B we should be aware of, and product to sum transformation formula also we should know. Now look, tan beta we are writing in this manner. How have we done this? It's pretty easy. The tan alpha plus tan gamma I have written as sine of alpha plus gamma upon cos alpha cos gamma using this particular first identity only, and these I have converted into sine and cos. So sine alpha upon cos alpha and sine gamma upon cos gamma. Now I have just cleared the denominator, so it becomes cos alpha cos gamma, and that is exactly what I have written here. Of course, cos A cos B plus sin A sin B equal to cos A minus B formula I have applied in the denominator. Now sine 2 beta I can write as 2 tan beta upon 1 plus tan square beta. But tan beta we have already found out is equal to this. So instead of tan I have replaced it by this expression. After clearing the denominator or taking LCM, this is what we get. I am in the numerator now. I am going to apply this formula, product to sum transformation formula. So sine of A plus B would become sine 2 alpha plus sine of difference of these angles is 2 gamma. So sine of 2 gamma. This cos square alpha minus gamma I have written as 1 minus sine square of alpha minus gamma. And here I am applying sine square A minus sine square B formula. So sine of A plus B into sine of A minus B. So finally we get the required expression for sine 2 beta, and the question is easily solved within 3 lines. So I am pretty sure you all must have found this easy and able to follow through. Now let us discuss question number 16, which says that if tan of pi by 4 plus y by 2 is equal to tan cube of pi by 4 plus x by 2, find sine y in terms of sine x. This is also a little easier question only. Maximum time allotted would be 9 minutes. Ideally, you should try to do it within 3 minutes. So you can give the question a try and then return back to have a look at the solution. Okay, so I hope you all have tried. Now the answer to this question would be sine y is equal to, so let us see the answer first. The answer would be sine x into 3 plus sine square x upon 1 plus 3 sine square x. Now the concepts and formulas that have been used are tan of pi by 4 plus theta is equal to 1 plus tan theta upon 1 minus tan theta. Sine theta and cos theta we should know in terms of tan theta by 2. These are standard submultiple angle formulas. And we should also know that tan theta plus cot theta is equal to 2 cosecant 2 theta. Now what I'm doing is I'm letting tan of pi by 4 plus x by 2 as t, right? So it is very clear to us that tan of pi by 4 plus y by 2 is given to be t cube, right? But this I am opening up like this. I have used the very first identity. So I've opened this up and written as 1 plus tan y by 2 upon 1 minus tan y by 2. We are now going to use componendo and dividendo to get this expression. So t cube upon 1, right? So this minus this upon this plus this is equal to this minus this upon this plus this. So obviously the difference is 2 tan y by 2, their sum is 2. So tan y by 2 we get as tan t cube minus 1 upon t cube plus 1, which for the time being we are calling as s. Now sine y we have written as 2s upon 1 plus s square, where s is obviously tan y by 2, right? Tan y by 2 is what we are calling as s. So using submultiple angle formula, I have written sine y as in terms of tan y by 2, but s value is t cube minus 1 upon t cube plus 1, which I have substituted here. And then taking the LCM, we have simplified it to this form. Then again manipulating it using simple algebra gives us this expression. Now comes a little tricky part. What I've done is I have divided it by t cube, both the numerator and denominator, to get this expression. Then I have factorized it. So basically I'm using a cube plus minus b cube is equal to a plus minus b into a square plus b square minus plus ab. So using that, I've been able to factorize this. Now here I'm taking simply, I have just taken LCM. So I have written this in this form, and this I have written as t plus 1 by t whole square minus 2. So minus 2 plus 1 has created minus 1, and this also I'm writing as t plus 1 by t whole square minus 2. So minus 2 minus 1 has created minus 3. Okay, now the thing is t plus 1 by t is simply tan of this quantity plus 1 upon tan of that quantity, but 1 upon tan of that quantity is cot of that quantity, which is equal to 2 cosecant twice of that quantity. So it becomes twice cosecant twice of that quantity, which is equal to, after opening this up, it obviously becomes pi by 2 plus x cosecant of this quantity, and this is equal to secant of x. So this is what we get as the 2 secant x, right? Now what we have done is, and this of course will become 1 minus tan square upon 1 plus tan square will become cosine of twice of the angle. So this negative is here, and it becomes cos of twice of the quantity inside of tan, and this quantity has become this. How? Basically I have just put t plus 1 by t as 2 secant x. So its square would obviously be 4 secant square x. Now I'm just going to observe that this entire thing becomes sine of x, because cos of pi by 2 plus x is minus sine x. Minus into minus becomes plus. And here I have multiplied by cos square x in both numerator and denominator. So this is the expression that we obtain. After converting this into sine square x by writing it as 1 minus sine square x, we obtain our final answer and the final expression. So I really hope these easy questions you all must have been able to solve. In the next one, we'll surely have a look at some very difficult questions, question 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So thank you all for staying back till the end. Make sure you like the video, comment down below what you like the most, and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to never miss an update, and I'll see you all in the next one.